Wow, this genius didn't even bother to put their car in the garage and didn't even bother to put their key in a Faraday bag. This is about to be my lucky day. Hold on. Why isn't this starting? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally installing a kill switch. I know, everybody's been telling me to put a kill switch since day one. In my defense though, I have been parking my Hellcat in the garage with the cover on because I'm just that paranoid. Also, I was really looking for a kit that I didn't need to splice any wires, was beginner friendly, and doesn't void my warranty. So I ended up coming across Ghost Power. So if you saw my install video last week, I did Ghost Lock, which that is essentially a tracking system with a fuel pump disabler, but this kit is specifically a plug and play kill switch. So let's jump right into the unboxing. Here's everything that comes in with your kit. So you got your relay harness, you got your module, you got your key fobs and a key card. And if you want additional key cards or key fobs, you can order them online and they are encrypted. So that's a lot of peace of mind. And I really love the fact that this is plug and play. So here are all the tools that you're gonna need for today's install. I have a few different pry tools. I have something to trim the ends of the zip ties that are included. I have a small and a large ratchet. Both are 10 millimeters. I have a drill, but you can definitely get away with a screwdriver. You're definitely gonna need a Phillips screw and a T25. I have some electrical tape and some spare 3M tape that I'm gonna use. And bonus points if you happen to have clean towels. Trust me, they'll come in handy. Since we are going to be disconnecting the battery, we're going to want to move the steering wheel as far away from this back trim piece as far as we can, because we're going to need access to the ignition button, as well as we're going to be removing the trim piece here in the center. And there's actually a little door here on both sides of the center console that we're going to need to access in order for us to move this trim piece back. And obviously the driver's seat is electric, so we're gonna need to move those two things before we disconnect the battery. So let's move the steering wheel first and move the seat back as far as we can before we start removing the trim pieces. Before you disconnect the battery, you might want to crack your windows because you don't want to ruin the trim on each side in case you're going to be opening and closing the doors. You're also going to want to make sure you have your emergency brake on before you disconnect the battery. I did put microfiber cloths under the positive and negative just to make sure it doesn't touch any metal. And please put down a cloth over your latch before you close your trunk, unless you want to crawl into the back seat and unhook the latch. So just a little friendly reminder. First trim piece off. Got this trim piece loose, and you can see that I have my neutral plate cover, and I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to check that out. But what we need to do now is remove this little cable here and also unscrew the shift knob. And this screw right here where my thumb is what we need to remove with a T25. And remember to be careful not to drop it. Don't forget to put this in a safe space. All right, now that we have those things removed, we can just pop this off. And just a quick sneak peek, that is what my neutral plate cover looks like. And now we're gonna try and remove this piece now. Before you remove this trim piece here completely, you are gonna need to disconnect it here, pull it out. So we're gonna need to access the engine buttons. We need to push that out, and we still need to remove the two Phillips screws here. We're gonna need to access the little door that's right there. Okay, so the easiest way I was able to pop this off is by using this pry tool. It's kind of on the thinner side, and I was able to like just kind of squeeze it in at the very top and pull out. I grabbed my deep 10mm socket and my ratchet. There we go. Now let's go on the other side. Now that we have the center console loose, it is still connected by a few wires, so just bear that in mind. And you're going to need to take this part of the harness, and this is going to be for the rear and this side's going to be the front. And basically what we're going to need to do is unplug the power source from both of these. So it's going to have like a green backing, and you're going to pull that gray piece, and that's going to go into this here. And then you're going to plug this back into the car. And you're going to do the same thing for the rear. Here is what the front one looks like from the back, and here it is unplugged, and you can see right there, that's the green piece that I'm telling you where it was connected. Now, I'd be lying if I said this was easy. You're going to want to grab something that's kind of flat, and here's like a pry tool that I use just to kind of wedge it in between the connection, just to kind of push it out. That was the easiest way for me to get this one unplugged. So I'm going to use the same method for the one in the rear. So this one's a little bit more tedious because you have to hold up the center console as you're trying to unplug that. But there is one more thing that you're going to need to do before we plug the harness. So as you can see where my thumb is, right here is a 90-degree versus this side has a little black square that's kind of blocking this from being exactly the same as this. We're going to need to trim that piece off in order for it to fit into the harness. That should be good enough for us to plug it in. You're going to get the square at the very top of the harness and line it up with the black piece of the connector. So you're looking underneath now, and it's going to be a little tricky, but basically what I like to do is, instead of have the camera, because I am using the camera to show me where it's at, you can put your phone under here and make sure you have like a light source like I do, so you can kind of see a little bit better, because you don't have much space to kind of see under here. Let me show you what I mean. So basically what I did was I moved the harness on this side, so you see that that's the connection that I need to put under here, and then I'll show you guys later how I wire it through to the front. But what you're going to need on this side, so to help you out, is some sort of light source, and possibly use your phone to show you underneath, so that way you know exactly what you need to grab and to connect. So let me do that real quick. All right, that's plugged in now. If you're doing this on your own and you need help propping this up, just grab a clean drying towel and stuff it under. That really helped me out. So now I need to feed the wire to the front to connect it to the back of this. So if you lift this up high enough, you can feed the wires underneath and bring them out to the side here. So what I'm going to end up doing is feed it along that way to come behind the trim piece here and be able to connect it there. Okay, so I was able to feed it through here, and you can see the wire where I'm tugging it, and this is where we're going to feed it through. You see how it's moving there? There we go. And then you can still see the connector that we need to attach later, and that was from the center console that we removed there. And now we're going to just connect it here to this plug right there. Also, for this one, you did not need to trim the little corner like the one we did in the rear. So this one is just the plug-in. Again, we're going to line up this blue piece here with the square here. And we're going to connect this piece to the back piece right here that's green as well. Now we're going to need this part of the harness. So basically we are going to plug the ignition button into this. So what we're going to need to do first is pull this out. All right, so I was able to pull this out. So it helped a lot to push the bottom one first and kind of wiggle that out. And then you're able to push down these two up here. And then the whole thing pops out really easily. Okay, so we're just going to pull this out just enough so that way we can gain access to that clip right there. Okay, now we're just going to set this back into place. now that we have a whole bunch of wires everywhere, let's start connecting everything together. So this is the first half of the harness and the other half of the harness. This right here is going to connect to our module. Now that those are connected, you still need to hide your switch because this basically disables the whole system. So that way, if you ever take it to like service or to valet, you could turn it off. So definitely need to hide this. Second, you need to find a spot for you to put your antenna. Now you want to put this away from metal, so anywhere where there's plastic, that's pretty safe. But I need to do that first, and then we can start plugging this back into the module right here. And then we can start kind of hiding everything away and start zip tying things away. So let me go ahead and do this first. Once you figure out your hiding spots, you're going to want to plug in your antenna. And I did put some 3M tape under here so that way the module doesn't like move around. You don't have to, but that's just me because I hate rattling noises. Now it's time to put everything back. So let's start off with putting the center console back into place. Now we're going to reconnect the center console. As for the shift knob, we're going to need to plug this back in and also screw it back into place. And don't forget your bin. Time to reconnect the battery. All right, now let's test it out. Perfect, it's not working. So let's try and scan in now. Okay, that means it is on. So oh yeah, it works. That's nice. That's cool. Okay, so let me turn it off now and see how long it takes to rearm the kill switch. Let's break. Okay, and then let's open and close the door. I'm gonna hold this on real time so we can see how long it takes. Perfect, that rearmed. Now if we try to start it again, we don't even get to use the accessories. So if I break and start, nada. Now let's do it again with rescan in. Oh, there we go. Now we can use the accessories. And now if we break, start. Like a charm. So that is it for today's install video. I try to be as detailed as possible for you and tell you guys where I struggled because I am a beginner. But I want to thank you guys so much because you guys hit the milestone of 1,000 subscribers this week. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, commenting and subscribing. Like, I appreciate it so much that you guys chose to spend some time with me. So I really hope to see you guys in the next one. Drive safe. Bye!